Hi, I'm Tom Fruin. I'm an artist. I make sculptures, usually from, materials that are around me or that are everywhere. I have always been a maker forever. I guess even, I still hold a pencil wrong with my thumb, like over the top, because I was drawing before anyone taught me how to write or hold a pencil. So I like to use things that are found because they're just there and often I can feel they have an energy and I'll just keep them around before I even know what I'm going to do with them. And then when I have a bunch, I realize I have some fixation on this material for some reason, and I'll start kind of just sort of studying it and thinking about it, like, well, if I added it this way or that way, would it, make something greater when it was whole? And that's something that I can't really help. I don't know if it's a magpie quality where I'm just gathering things and arranging them in my nest or what. But that's why I like to use materials. They're just free. They talk about humanity. There's something rich about them. I've always been sort of attracted to the infrastructural parts of living. I mean, I've always lived in a city personally, so things like trees and shrubs are not like calling my attention immediately. Different things that like railings or window bars, like they're all kind of fascinating and they're always very different. And I've noticed when I travel, window bars are not the same in New York City as they are in Israel, which, I don't know if that's a great example, but I am just always sort of looking at my surroundings, and I'm most interested in, what it sort of is indicative about the people that are there. And it's just interesting to me how things can be driven by concerns other than purely aesthetic. So those are the things I'm looking at, water tanks on rooftops or even air conditioning units or different things that just by necessity are the remnants of our humanity. I'm making sort of prototypical forms, a house, a water tower, a billboard, a smokestack, something like that. So I'm just trying to like reduce things to their essence and almost make it an iconography. Like if there's a water tower picture in your mind, that's what I want the sculpture to look like. Just a very typical archetypal almost form. And then I do everything in house. It's all welded. It's like since it's plexiglass and not actual glass, I can. It's not only is it plentiful like at sign shops or the streets or just offcuts, but I can cut it on a chop saw. I weld it here in the studio, and it's all very handmade. It's a handmade process. I'm interested in psychology and I'm interested in people and I'm interested in seeing what I can learn about people through, through what I can observe. And I would love for people to just have a sort of renewed enthusiasm for their surroundings. I mean, I'm hoping that I mean, it's not transformative, but I feel like in the fact that I'm trying to transform things that are somewhat mundane, that they can almost have the same experience that I'm having with seeing these things, because I'm very excited to see different railings or whatever. I'm just hoping that people are enjoying their experiences outside and thinking about life. I mean, ultimately, I also think that it's an expression of everyone else and that we're all kind of in this together. And the idea of sort of quilting or taking disparate parts and bringing them together, it's almost like we're all an amalgam of everything around us. And at least that's what I'm seeing today with what I'm doing. It's some sort of sampling, like a hip hop or something, of taking bits of what's around me and mixing it up and then spitting it back out and hoping that it's has some similar experience for the people that see it.